So with some of the people that you guys have had the opportunity to be introduced to, as far as celebrities and influencers, what was a interesting situation that you guys can remember?
Let me go first. You always go first. For me, the one most like the one I like can remember most is just walking in my kitchen and seeing Hitman Hollow just randomly chilling, and I was like, you gotta find something. You got all these other ones. You gotta find something else.
That's all I remember.
Huh?
Was I born?
Yeah, this was at Farnham.
Yeah, we stay on the coast.
Yeah. I don't remember exactly what was going on, but I know that they was over there making music or doing something like that. And Hitman Hollow, y'all know Hitman Hollow, St. Louis.
Yeah.
Wilding out. Yes.
Yeah.
I was so mad because no one said he was coming over, and I literally was in my pajamas when I took a picture with him. I was just like,
It's like, oh, okay.
luckily I took my bonnet off, but like, okay, they embarrassed me that day.
Yeah. Wow, I love Wild 'N Out. It was one of my favorite shows. I'm a huge Nick Cannon fan, and I'm a huge Hitman Holler fan. And just to know, like, you guys just randomly at home, and he just chilling.
And I was like, just after a while back.
Wait, what are you doing here? Wow, so I remember.
Yeah, and also to add to that, Hitman Hollow's dad, Big Gerald, he is the McClure basketball coach, and I went to McClure North, so we played them a lot, and I used to see him a lot, and I had some conversations with him, basketball related, and sometimes me and my dad, we just used to go over to their house, watch sports and stuff like that too. So that was pretty chill, pretty cool.
Wow, full circle moment.
Yeah.
I love. No, go ahead.
People used to think I'd be lying when I'd be saying that, but I'd be dead serious. I'm like, I gotta lie about that. Like, yeah.
Wow, I mean, when you think about that, because I love talking about full circle moments, and that definitely is a full circle moment. When you say that people think you're lying about that kind of stuff, being with your dad being so well known and popular and basically a celebrity and having celebrity friends, was that ever did you guys ever experience any, like, of your friends just kind of wanting to be around, wanting, as they say now, wanting clout?
I feel like around that time of our lives, we were really young. So, like, a lot of the kids really didn't care for any of that.
Yeah.
Like, they did, but they didn't. Not really, like, me and Dylan's age group would have, I guess, cared as much about that.
Yeah.
But yeah. Cause, I mean, I think I've told people probably before.
Mm-hmm.
But, the ones around just like, whatever. So, like, okay.
And cool for you.
But that's also why I think why even now to this day I'd be around like big influencers and like quote unquote celebrities. Like I'm tied in with like 104.1. Like I be around people and I just know how to carry myself just based off of the interactions I had with them. So
Wow, so you had a pretty firm foundation.
yeah, because I know I've witnessed like other people that aren't experienced with the industry at all.
Mm-hmm.
Have never been exposed to it. They don't understand the mannerisms.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That says a lot. It really does. Because it's easy to get starstruck.
Yeah. Yeah. People gotta remember that these people are humans.
They're just humans.
They're just humans that other humans love.
That's a good point. And speaking of famous humans, there's a picture with Dylan and Clayton with J. Cole.
Yep.
Do you guys remember meeting J. Cole?
I do actually.
Kind of, a little bit.
You guys are pretty young on the picture.
Yeah. I remember it
I'm
because
pretty sure it was at the Michael Brown.
yeah, it's the Mike Brown.
Mike Brown.
During
The protest.
the Michael Brown protest.
Yeah.
That happened once again our hometown. So yeah, that was a big thing for our area and the whole world. So everybody's coming out, and that's really when like we started seeing like riots and stuff happen. That Ferguson area was like getting destroyed and stuff. But J. Cole he had came out and was helping protest, and we just happened to be there that day.
Yeah.
I was not there.
You right. Well,
I
you
went on bad days.
you know, to pivot for a moment, that Michael Brown time in St. Louis, you could feel the intensity.
And I was cool with his sister. I was in school with her.
Really
Yeah.
amazing. I mean, that was, you had to be here to really understand that feeling.
Mm-hmm.
But I recall a time where Raven, myself, your dad, his brother, our brother David, we went to one of the marches and we marched. And then there was a rally. And at first I felt a little strange, like, oh, we have a teenager with us. But I think it was good for you to be in the midst of that. So you can get that feel, so you can get that understanding of like, this is a really deep moment.
Yeah, it was the movie stuff. Cars spray painted all black. So if the police played. But we left just in time because one of y'all was like, I got a bad feeling something finna happen. It was you, yep. Because after we saw that car and everyone was starting to get a little angry, we was getting a little closer to the tank. We thought there was the tanks for a minute, front line. But then y'all was like, nah, it's time to go.
Yeah. It's
We
time to
hit
go.
one block over and then we hear him going off and then hear him yelling and I'm like, yep, good thing we're out here. It's like,
I mean,
it would have been hard.
It was that moment. You can feel the electricity in the air, and I felt
Yeah.
the Holy Spirit just nudging me like, nah, you got to get out of here. So I thank you guys for listening and just taking that walk through that neighborhood and through the park. Whew, that was a time to be in St. Louis for real.
Mm-hmm.
But going back to what we're talking about for this purpose, you know, with your dad, he is deeply involved in music, but also activism and just giving back to the community, you know, with his coaching. And so he's found a way to transition his love for music and the arts into his love for children, his love for the community. And with you guys being the next generation, you guys are making a name for yourselves in your own right. So I want to start with Clayton. What has that been like for you, forging your own way with having your dad who already has his platform, who already is known for what he's known for, and now you're coming up as your own man? What's that been like for you?
No, it's been going good. Like he been there to help guide me, you know, steer me in the right direction, keep me away from like all the bad influences and stuff going on in the world, but just letting me be myself and be who I want to be. And yeah.
And who is that? Who is Clayton? What does Clayton like to do?
I like to play football. Yeah, play football.
And you're pretty talented at football, is that right? Won a lot of awards, got a lot of attention. How's that been for you?
Oh, it's been good, but I just stay humble. Yeah.
That's good. Stay humble, because, you know, you can be up one day, down the next. But we're very proud of you, and we're looking forward to everything you have going on. You're at Cardinal Ritter now, right? Your dad also went to Cardinal Ritter, as I'm sure you know, which is, again, another full circle moment.
Yeah.
So we look forward to your journey. We see you there with your nephew. So we're going to go on to your big brother here, Dylan. Now, Dylan, you have, I would say, all of you have similarities to your dad in different ways. But aesthetically, Dylan, you're probably one that they say looks the most like him. Would you agree?
Yeah.
So how has that been for you?
How has that been? It's been funny actually. Like that's really the only way I could describe it. It's like funny because of all your life. Well, also I'm gonna take one thing at a time. So it's funny to me because growing up, I was always this little Al, like to all relatives. So it's just like, and I never got like discouraged by, oh, I don't have my own identity. Like,
He's good.
yeah, but yeah, everybody I know said I look like my dad. My friends say I look like my dad. Mom said I look like my dad. He said I look like my dad. So, and it was one day, I was at my G's house, his mom's house, and he was showing me a picture. Like he had shown me a picture off his phone, and then he was like, "Look at this picture." And I look at the picture. It's a picture of him, but I'm looking at it, and it like it's literally like me. Like at the age, like I'm looking at the picture. I'm like, "Oh, that's me."
Oh yeah, that's a picture
I was
of
like,
your age.
I was like, "Oh yeah, that's me." I was like, "Where you get this picture of me from?" He's like, "That's not you, that's me." I'm like, well, I'm not in no way. I'm really exactly the same. But to that point, I do look like exactly like my father, just like just a little more prettier. I would say. With some hair.
And Dad had hair too.
Not no more.
Oh yeah, you guys are hilarious. Awesome. And so you look like your father, but you're your own person.
Yeah.
So who is Dylan?
Who is Dylan? Dylan is a fashion-inspired model / YouTuber. And speaking of my YouTube, I just hit 100. Well, I'm over 100 now, but I just hit 100 subscribers at my channel. Subscribe at Gentleman in Paris 05.YT. Go do that. But yeah, that's me. I'm a man of all trades.
Congratulations! That's awesome. So influencer, model, and a little birdie told me that you also like to dance.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Hey, you remember this? Can you just Yeah. Let's go. Come on, there you go. There you go. Okay. The whole crew on it, yeah.
Yeah, it's just been a part of me, really, like just love dance. I never had to take classes for it. People encouraged me to like professionally dance, but I think it was just one of the things. It's just like I never wanted to like take dance serious. It's just something like a hobby, I should say. Like it's just something that I just do. I don't think I ever go a day without dancing. Really, like I would just be sitting down and just start pop locking.
Wow, that is really amazing. So tell us some of the things we can look forward to from your YouTube channel.
Things you look forward to. Well, we really do a lot of everything. We got vlogs, pranks, inspirational shorts. Really, the channel is based on a podcast, but we really just do whatever we like to do. Basically, the channel is me and my best friend. His name is Jeremiah, and we grew up together really, and we have a lot of common interests. So a lot of the common interests is just we're just showing it to the community. Like whatever we put our mind to, we go out and do it, and then eventually we're gonna start making podcast episodes. And yeah, we're just getting we're basically just getting our foundation started, like just getting content, as much content out as possible, and of course being genuine, because we're big on being genuine.
Nice. I love that.
Authenticity.
Yes.
Because that's what people really attract to. So
that's true.
yeah.
Wow, I'm really excited. And do you still play basketball?
I do. I played basketball since I was a kid. Also, like even in high school, I didn't play my senior year, but I still go to the gym and play here and now. Like, and I have a basketball. Me and Clayton, we have a basketball hoop in our backyard. I go out there and shoot every day. But
Nice. And do you also have tournaments, basketball tournaments?
oh yeah, we also do that on our YouTube channel too.
Awesome. Awesome. So we have very skilled, they're very skilled, I forgot what the word is for people who are good at sports. Athletes, thank you. So Clayton, Dylan, skilled athletes, very skilled. Clayton in music and modeling, dancing, YouTube, influencing. And so I'm sure there's so much to come. We're looking forward to hearing more of your story as well, Dylan. So now we're going to go to your big sister and Raven. Who is Raven?
Raven.
What does Raven like to do?
I actually, I enjoy a couple different things, but what I do, really what I do my day-to-day is work, but what I do for work is like everything that I love to do. So I'm a photographer full-time. I've been full-time doing it since I was 17.
Wow.
And it's going to be 6 years in August.
Wow.
That I've been full-time supporting my business with my business. And yeah, I'm also branching off into the YouTube world as well. But my stuff will be more of tutorials, more informational things. A lot of people look at me in the community towards when it comes to learning with my creative direction and stuff like that. So yeah.
Wow. So you got into the entrepreneurship.
Yep.
What's the name of your business?
Monarch Studios.
Wow. Okay, so photographer, YouTuber, influencer, and with your tutorials, are you offering classes to
Yep.
teach people how to do what you do?
Yeah, so I'm doing like little things online, but I'm also going to do like classes separately so people can actually take in good information. That some people can learn through video, some people need hands-on, in-person teaching. So
Wow. And so with that, with your classes, with all that you do, just in your professional world itself, when you add the videos and the online presence, people would say that you are influencer, well-known, popular in your own right. Would you say?
yeah, I guess I will, because it's one of the things where it's like I didn't intentionally try to become an influencer. It's just kind of, I guess I got to influence, because every day I used to at one point receive like paragraphs of people saying like they don't know me, but they're proud of me, they're inspired by me. And I hear a lot of stories every day of like, you know, people that, you know, feel like they have a similar story to mine. So yeah, it's my day to day. I just kind of, but I never look at it I just look at it like, you know, people who just like what I do. So I'm never opposed to giving out advice, information, things like that.
Wow, that's really amazing. I'm looking forward to everything that you have going on. Tell the people where they can find you.
You can find me, all my social media platforms are _Monarch, MONARCH, Studios, STUDIOS _. And yeah, that's my platform on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube.
Awesome, awesome.
So yes.
So guys, we're gonna wrap up. Is there any last thing, or are there any last comments, anything you wanna leave the people with today?
I don't think so. That was it. Kingston, you got any last words? Okay, no, that's good.
I would say,
Big old paper.
Al, just as a person, as a man, he's inspired a lot of people. As y'all can say, I was very young as he was popping with music, but as I listened to a lot of people's stories and like just family, friends, and even random people, like he was that dude back then, and even now with other, like in other ways besides music, he touches a lot of people, and he's touched all three of us in all three different ways, in all three similar ways as well, and has helped each one of us grow. So
Wow.
I strive to make him proud every day.
Oh, it's amazing. Talk about getting your flowers while you're alive to smell them.
He does do a lot for, I feel like he does try to give back as much time to the community that he can. And the best part I do love about our dad is anybody who's ever come around, whether it's like significant others, whether it's friends, he always came in with open arms. He always, even growing up, he taught me a lot about loyalty. He taught me a lot about just being a good person and like how even down the line, just being nice to people can really just, you just never know. You just never know when you need to just be nice to that person. And I've always tried to live like that. So, yeah.
Wow. That's amazing. Amazing. Clayton, any final words?
Oh, no, I don't got it.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, I want to thank you guys for coming out, sharing your time, sharing your stories. I look forward to seeing you guys at the premiere. Kingston, you want to say something?
I love Papa.
Hey, Papa, you gonna clap?
Yay!
Help us out. No? Okay. Okay. So
All right, guys.
Yay!
Yay!
He's like, I don't know what that word, but he looks so confused too.
What's going on? Yay!
Why is everybody clapping?
Yeah.
He is so confused right now.
What?
All right, guys.
He's confused. Why are you clapping?
We'll catch you on the next episode.
And yeah, you gotta excuse me. I'm working on the track too while we doing this. But yeah, I didn't want to do it. He convinced me to do it. We go in the studio. He does his part, and I go, okay, okay. I see what you meant. So we did the record, and like I said, we got home. The girl said that's the one. But at the time, see, you actually had to press up vinyl. So you had to send them vinyls to Tennessee, basically Nashville. They have to press the record, and then, you get them back. But the minimum order on those was usually about $1,500. So it's not like now where I can cut a song right now and go upload it and have people jamming today. That ain't how it went. Yeah. So Nikki ended up being, like, out of all those songs we did, it was like the only clean song we did that didn't have no cussing in it. So we didn't have no choice but to go with that because we were trying to do radio. And we were like, okay, well, the record we got to push because we can't go cut another, the studio time was high. It was high back then.
Yeah.
And this was before I had the studio built in the house, so went in and it's like, okay, well, that's the record we're gonna cut. Got the vinyl pressed up. I drove down to Tennessee. I'm gonna tell you something. And I was broke. I had this Lexus SUV. It was nice, man, but I ain't gonna lie. Back then, man, the payment on it was heavy. I had a house note. I had all that going on. I had all that going on. So, money was tight. So, man, I think I filled my tank up with like the last little bit of money I had plus paying for the vinyl, I drove down there when they got it done. I drove down there and picked the vinyl up. And it was like, we pressed up like, I think it was like 300 or 500. It was expensive, whatever it was. I had like 6 or 7 boxes of vinyl, put them in my truck, drove back, got back here on almost empty, Took the records to, so Toss and Ted, I can't remember the name of his record pool then, but DJs used to have record pools where the DJs would come, and so all the artists from all over the country, record companies would send their records to these different DJ pools. And for the DJ pool, the DJs, had to pay to be part of the pool to get the new records so they can rock the clubs or whatever. And so Toss and Ted had a record pool, so I got in with him, gave him the vinyls and stuff, and it wasn't nothing really jamming, wasn't nothing really happening.
Yeah.
And one day, me and Jason was out over on 367. There used to be a record store over there. It's by the flea market in Domino's, but in that plaza right there, it used to be a record store. I don't remember the name of the record store. But DJ Chaos was in the record store.
Okay.
Yeah, he was in the record store. He stopped me. He was like, "Yo, I've been jamming y'all record. I've been playing it. I've been mixing it in my crib, figuring out where I can mix it in. And I like that. Give me some vinyls. Give me some records." He was like, "Okay, all right, bet. We excited. Yeah, cool." So we give him the records, and then DJ Cub, he used to go back and forth to Kansas City and St. Joe's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, "Yo, I need some records to go up here." So we thinking, we finna be jamming. But a lot of we new artists, you know what I'm saying? We not from U City.
Mm-hmm.
We not plugged in with the Lunatics. We don't have no radio affiliation. Like, nobody in our crew worked for the radio or was no local DJ. And like, we was starting straight from scratch. Some guys that come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Jason from Berkeley, I'm from Kinloch, but I wasn't living in Kinloch then. But kid from Berkeley, kid from Kinloch, we really come out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
And they like, we ain't jamming with this. Like, what is, y'all on here just not this, y'all ain't even rapping about nothing. Like, what is this?
Mm-hmm.
So for a while, the record didn't do nothing. And I would be out every night to all these different clubs, just trying to get them to play the record. Can you play the record? Can you play the record? DJ Rec 1, showed a lot of support. Man, it was a lot of DJs on the streets, Nasty Nino, a lot of guys on the street that, they'll play it.
Yeah.
But without that support behind it, people be like, "Oh, okay, I like that, whatever. Chaos would spin it, every once in a while on the radio, he'd put it in the mix.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were like, okay. We did a party though for DJ Cut because Jason and Cut had a relationship because I think they went to the same barber.
Oh.
So they jammed together. And we did a birthday party for DJ Cut. And because we did the party, he was like, "Look, man, I'm gonna go ahead and put y'all boys, in the mix." And so he used to do the Drive at 5.
Mm-hmm.
And so he dropped that record on that Drive at 5, and he ran that mug like back to back to back, and mixed it in, and from there. And then he told the other DJs, "Hey, this is the record y'all need to be playing." And he had a lot of clout. He had a lot of power. I always thank Cut for using his clout and his power to give us, an opportunity to have our music played. And once he gave the green light, because I spent damn near a year out here buying DJs drinks and rubbing shoulders and carrying records and helping bring in speakers, and I'm just trying to really get on, build these relationships. So
yeah.
once Cut put his stamp on it though, that mug, and it took off.
Wow.
It took off. And then it was just, that time was unreal, because you have expectations. You always think, "I'm gonna be a rapper, I'm gonna be big, this and that."
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of one of them things like, okay, but when it starts happening, it's like, whoa, is this really happening?
Yeah.
And so Nelly was just in his prime where he was really jamming. So now we got the spotlight on us. And yeah, man, we doing shows everywhere, and we jamming, we basically local celebrities here.
Mm-hmm.
Had our picture on the wall at the spotlight, and the only other artist that ever had their picture on the wall was like a major artist.
Wow.
So we had our picture on the wall at the spotlight. I mean, we were like a big deal,
Yes.
The first time, well, let me go back, because we had the records was starting to pick up, but it wasn't big like that yet.
Okay.
That we knew that it was big like that.
Okay.
We did a show where we opened for Mystical, and at the Spotlight. And I forget the program director from Q95. She was nasty. She was real nasty to me when I was trying to ask her about getting on the show. She was nasty, real short, real. Y'all can get on at 9 o'clock. And I was like, when the doors open at 9 o'clock. She was like, well, take it or leave it. Do you want to get on or not? And I'm like, oh, okay. You know, fortunately, the sound guy and stuff took a little minute to get set up. But because they was coming to see Mystical, it was packed. That was packed. It was so packed up in there. So we go on stage. And DJ trying to get our music together. And, you know, she like, look, y'all got 5 minutes. I'm like, okay, damn, okay, relax. So we go out there on the stage, and it's our crew. It's me, Jason, Q, Q Ball, Pee Wee, Omar, and James, Lil Half. Lil Half, that dude O, P Dub, Q Ball, Ronin, and JMC. And we on the stage. And, you know, we had been performing around, but it wasn't, you know, we just trying to make a name for ourselves. Man, when the music started, how it come on. When I tell you that place went all the way up, the whole building was like, oh, that's my, and they going crazy, and we looking at each other like, what is happening? Like, they know this record like that? And so I looked at the program director, and she looking just as crazy as we are. And I'm like, yeah, see, you know, you trying to play us. And we jamming, and I'm doing my part, and it was so crazy because, like, in the front row, you know, that's where a lot of the women be, the girls be. And I'm on the front, you know, I'm doing my thing, and the girl reaches up and she grabs my shirt. And she grabs my shirt, and she's pulling me off stage. She's pulling me off the stage. And Q, he had to grab me and keep me on the stage. I was like, man, this is unreal.
Wow.
So then I knew we was jamming, and from there the record just, and it just took off, man. It just took off. Yeah, it took off.
Wow.
Yeah, it took off. Yeah, it took off, big time.
Wow.
Yeah, it took off.
So you took a year, hit the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Like you mentioned, this is not streaming days. This
No,
is
it's
not
streaming.
upload to
We
your...
selling CDs. Like, we was selling CDs out of Warehouse Music, had the midnight sale and everything.
Wow.
And we didn't know what we were doing in the business, so we did a lot of things as we were trying to figure it out as we go. So we released the CD before the single was cracking. The CD was out. You know, we had support from our family and friends and stuff like that, but had we released the CD after Nikki was jamming like that, oh man. But, you know, hey, you know, you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
So we did it the way we did it, but then, like, again, Nikki was the only clean record that we had on the CD, so that's what we had to promote. So that's how that went. But yeah, once it took off, it took off.
Wow.
It took off.
So let me ask you, a year of hitting the ground,
Yeah.
building rapport with DJs, and it's like, okay, hitting walls. What is it about you? I don't know about the other members, but you specifically, what was it in your heart that said, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep trying?
That was just a part of my personality. It's really a part of my personality.
Mm-hmm.
Once I get locked onto something, I don't know how to quit until, you know, either it's just not gonna or it works.
Mm-hmm.
You know. And so I was like, I know in my heart that this is gonna work.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, man, I gave up my real estate career. I gave up everything. Like, I was all into getting on with the music. You know, I hustle odd jobs here and there, but hey, I was, you know, I would do deals and stuff. I would get a little money here and there, but not like, I mean, you know, I was living.
Yeah.
You know, I was young and living.
Yeah.
I was so determined to get it. You know, I was determined. And that was part of my personality. And I remember the day that switch was flipped. And it was something that happened, you know, with my dad, working in the office. and I was 19 years old.
Mhm.
And he told me to make these phone calls while he was out.
Mhm.
And so he comes back and goes, you know, did you call such and such so and so? He called, yeah. And what about such and so and so? Well, I called him. It's like, well, and? I said, well, I didn't get him. Okay, well, did you call back? Well, no.
Mhm.
He said, let me tell you something. You're going to do something. Then you be dogmatic about it.
Word.
And you don't stop until you get it. So if he didn't answer, you keep calling until he answers.
Mhm.
And of course, you know, you're 19, you feeling like you're a man, you have some, whether you're father or not, but you have another man talking to you like that, you know,
Yeah.
you feel, I felt the way.
Yeah.
You know, but it hit home.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. He was like, yeah. We don't stop when it's time to stop. We stop when we're done, when the job is done. And so, getting out here, I wanted to prove something to myself.
Yeah.
Real estate was my dad's baby.
Yeah.
You know, even though the music was what he introduced me to, and that was his baby, but the real estate was his baby.
Yeah.
And so me doing real estate, I mean, I was making money, it was cool.
Yeah.
But I wanted to prove to him that I can do something as a man on my own.
Yeah.
And he was a big supporter, you know, even though he wanted me in the office and, you know, doing real estate, but he respected the fact that as a man, I was trying to figure it out on my own, and I was really going after it. Now, he would get on me, like, yo, you need to get a job.
Yeah.
And your job need to support your music. And I'm like, man, listen, a job is going to take 8, 9, 10, 12 hours out of my day that I could be, that's 10 hours away from me pursuing this music.
Yeah.
So I got to do the little odd stuff, do me a deal here and there. But my focus, I'm pushing this music.
Yeah.
I'm dead set on this music. You know what cost me my relationship? Along with being stupid. You know, young and stupid. A young and stupid man doing young and stupid things.
So when you say your relationship, not relationship with your father.
No, not my
relationship with your
woman. My girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it cost me that. Like, again, on top of.
Yeah.
Because she supported.
Yeah.
She supported me doing the music. She put the studio and all that. So, but what she didn't support was the goofy stuff I was doing on top of that. You know, you're young and
Yeah.
you just now coming. I wasn't that dude
Yeah.
in high school and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I'm getting a taste of being that dude, and I let it, you know, whatever. So I'm doing things I ain't got no business doing. But
Yeah.
and but we still good to this day. And I tell her all the time, I appreciate her supporting my dream like that. When you're young, you don't understand the concept of somebody making a sacrifice or sacrificing themselves because they believe in you.
Wow.
You kind of take things for granted, or you kind of be self-centered, or a little, a little naive or whatever. And she and I come from a little bit different background. She had to grow up a lot faster than I did.
Okay.
So I was a little sheltered and maybe a little naive.
Okay.
And she had to get out here and get it on her own. So she understood that life. I didn't understand that life. I had parents that made sure that I was good.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that her parents didn't make sure that she was good, but she did have to get out here earlier and fend for herself. So she had a little bit different concept of what sacrifice looked like, and I didn't.
Okay.
But yeah, so yeah, I was determined to make it happen. I didn't want to take no. I knew how to build relationships. I knew how to relate to people. I mean, I was selling houses. You got to know how to do that.
Yes.
So I just took that skill set and put it over in the music game. But yeah, it was. I was determined.
Wow.
Yeah, I was determined.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that was such a poignant statement. You said you wanted to prove to your father that you could build something as well. And your father has since passed, is that right?
Yeah.
Do you feel that before he passed, that you got to show him, like, hey, Dad, I built something?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much of it he got to, I don't know how much of it we got to actually share because, he was sick during it. He was sick. he had a little stretch, man, about 4 years where, you know, just his health was just really deteriorating. So it was during that time where things really started to blow up. So my time with him, I didn't want to spend talking about, oh, look, Dad, look what I did. I just wanted to be able to enjoy the, you know, just the time we had with him and the time I had to spend with him or whatever. But, he, you know, he was proud of me. He was always proud of me. He made it a point to let me know, you know, anytime that he could, that he was proud of me. I didn't have that hanging over me. You know, okay, so I didn't have a relationship where he would down talk me and I wanted to prove him wrong. I wanted to prove him right. I wanted to prove that him believing in me and saying that I was special and I had talent, I had gifts, and I was this and that. I wanted to prove that, you know what, you're right. I don't want you to go and say, man, I thought this boy was special. I thought this boy was this and that, and he a dud. And I didn't want that. I wanted to prove to him, you know, hey, like everything that you done taught me and showed me, listen, I'm finna go do that and then some. I'm gonna get on with this music. Like where you left off with the music, and no, I'm gonna take it to that next level. I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna be the one to get us on like that. So that was my drive. I wasn't coming from a place, oh, well, I'm gonna prove you wrong, Dad, or I'm gonna show you. In a negative way. It was in a positive way. This man believed in me, let me show him.
Wow.
Even though he would be like, man, you need to get a job, you need to do this, but that was a father being a father.
Yeah.
You can't be out here trying to make money. He'd be like, now your boy go to work every day. I'm like, man, he got that kind of job though. I say, look, Dad, I didn't grow up under you entrepreneuring all this time. I don't know how to. That's gonna be, man, we be up in there, I'll be fired, man. I'm gonna be like, man, hold on, I gotta go to the studio. And they're gonna be like, nigga, you got 8 hours left on this work shit. What you talking about? Well, man, I'm gonna come back after I get done with this studio. They're like, nah, bro, just go on here, man. So that wouldn't have worked for me. But yeah, I wanted to prove him right.
Wow, that is so deep.
Right.
Let's just take a moment to embrace that, because for a lot of people, it's the exact opposite. They want to prove their parent or whoever wrong.
Yep.
And so for you to grow up with someone just having that belief in you since you were a baby and just nurturing it and fostering it, for you to say, I want to show him he's right about me.
Yeah.
That's deep. That's very deep.
Yeah.
So did your father get to come to some of your shows?
Yeah, he came to some shows, and we had he came to some shows, maybe about 3 or 4 shows. You know, a lot of shows be late at night. And there's a bunch of yelling, screaming, and cussing. So he wasn't, I mean, he supported me, but he wasn't jamming with all that. So,
yeah.
But no, he supported what we had, you know. My mom too, you know, they come to a few parties and stuff that we do and some shows, but that wasn't their lane, you know. Then a bunch of young kids and yelling and cussing and fighting and drinking. They like, nah, you know, nah, we ain't, hold on now. So, yeah.
So you mentioned your mom. Does your mom have a musical background as well?
I mean, she sing around the house with my auntie, but but no, not like that.
So what is her take on you doing music? How does she react to it?
I think she's always, I think just because she loved my dad, and that was his thing, and then he made it my thing. But she just felt the way about that man. I don't think it was nothing. I think if he stood in the parking lot and sold plastic bags to people coming out the store, then she would be, hey, my man, the best plastic bag seller there is. Let me go help him sell these plastic bags. That's just how she felt about him. She really rocked with him like that. So I think seeing me do it, I think seeing me do it kind of let her live a little bit of that through me too. Because she would always say, man, when we gonna get this thing, it's gonna take us up out of here. I'm like, man, I'm working on it, Mom. I'm working on it. You know, and it didn't happen, you know, like that. But you know, it is. She's really supportive of it. Yeah, she's always been supportive of it.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
To have 2 supportive parents of your dream.
I had good parents.
Wow, that's so awesome. I mean, I'm sure that took a lot of the weight off of you as you're out here
Yeah,
building.
it took a lot of weight off, but it put a lot of weight on too.
Tell us about that.
Because they believe in you.
Mm-hmm.
You got to live up to it now.
Oh.
It's different if they're telling you, oh, that's stupid, you can't do it.
Yeah.
Now you're doing that out of anger,
Mm-hmm.
out of, spite, you're gonna show them. But when they really believe in you, it's like, I cannot fail.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot fail at this because
Mm-hmm.
these people really believe in me. They ain't giving me no hard time like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you trying to figure that part out. Like,
Yeah.
damn, I got to make this happen.
Yeah.
And then for yourself, you feel like you let yourself down.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a couple things going on.
Mm-hmm.
You had a promising career. You could have done this real estate and been boom.
Okay.
But you chose this path over here.
Okay.
It's got to work.
Yes.
Because you're going to look back on it and be like, damn, man, I wasn't making money like I needed to. Music wasn't making no money.
Mm-hmm.
So you gave up this to go after this to end up with nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of pressure.
So is that how you feel? Do you feel you ended up with nothing?
Nah, I don't. I feel like I've experienced something that 99% of the people who do music don't get to experience.
Yeah.
And that was kind of the take I had to spin on it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I did have a point in time where I felt like it was a waste of time.
Okay.
But then I had to really think about it. I've made money
Mm-hmm.
doing music.
Mhm.
I got paid to do shows.
Mhm.
I get a publishing check
Mhm.
every 3 months. Now, it might not be nothing but a couple dollars because the song ain't playing, but that was 20-some years ago. To
Yeah.
still get a publishing check from
Yeah.
ASCAP is a big deal. Some people will
Yeah.
never get a check from ASCAP. People know me because of what something I did as a kid.
Yeah.
20, 21, 22 years old.
Yeah.
So people respect that fact. It has opened the doors and allowed me to meet so many people that I never would have met.
Mm-hmm.
I've been places I never would have been.
Mm-hmm.
I've met, you name them. I've either opened for them,
Mm-hmm.
hung out with them,
Mm-hmm.
ate with them,
Mm-hmm.
might even smoke with them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's from P. Diddy to 8 Ball to T.I. to Jeezy to Lil Wayne
Mm-hmm.
to Ludacris
Mm-hmm.
to like all
Yeah.
the people that was jamming
Yeah.
in our heyday.
Trina, Tank.
Trina, Tank, even the Lunatics,
Yeah. Yeah.
Jagged Edge. Just all these different people I was able to have access to
Yeah.
and meet. So I've lived a life most people that even try to do music don't get to experience.
Yeah.
So for that, I'm grateful.
Yeah.
A lot of people never ever hear their song on the radio.
Yeah.
Let alone have a record go into power rotation. That's not, and you're not on a major record company.
Yeah.
And you not got no affiliation with nobody at the radio like that.
Yeah.
That's unheard of.
Yeah.
So for us to do that at a time when the biggest artist in the world is Nelly, and for us to still be able to come behind him,
Yeah.
and have a record go into power rotation and
Yeah.
open for the Platinum Hood Awards, and people know us by name
Mm-hmm.
and come to see us and support us and go crazy when we come on stage and really rock with what we doing
Mm-hmm.
to sell thousands of CDs.
Yeah.
Hey man, it was successful. Somebody might say, well, y'all was a one-hit wonder. And it's usually come from somebody who ain't never had no hits.
No hit wonder.
You're a no-hit wonder. So, and I know what happened and why things didn't go where we wanted them to go. And to be honest, just the little glimpse of the stuff that happens in entertainment, sometimes I'm glad that things worked out the way they did, because you expose yourself to some real dark stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see some things that you can't unsee,
Yeah.
and you experience some things that you can't unlive. So things went the way they were supposed to go. That's what I had to make peace with.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you said a lot there. So I want to start with the celebrity piece.
Yeah.
Who of that you mentioned, or even if you didn't mention them, what was the most exciting experience out of that as far as those encounters? Was there anyone that you were like just a fan of, or you just had a fan
Well,
moment?
Rakim was, I got the picture of me and him
Yeah.
in my family room.
Yeah.
That was, there was so many things in my life are symbolic.
Mm-hmm.
I was at a crossroads with what I was going to do as far as the music, because I'm a family man now.
Mm-hmm.
So being on the road and doing that kind of stuff ain't really. I like going to my kids' softball and football and basketball games.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really want to be on no bus for 30 hours on the weekend, going to perform and going to stay in hotel like that. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
You know, and then I don't want to be exposed to what comes with that.
Yeah.
That's bad living. It's bad habits.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's outside influences.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about, that come with that. I didn't necessarily want to do that. So I was at a crossroads of whether or not I was going to keep doing music. And by now I'm doing solo work.
Okay.
My manager at the time, TC, Jack, he did security for a lot of artists. And so he was able to get me into, Rakim came to, I think it was the Lux then, down on Washington, downtown. And I didn't open for him.
Okay.
But I was just experiencing the concert and you know, got to meet him. But that was the first. So Eric B. and Rakim was the first ever rap album that I ever bought. You know, and I had my dad take me to get it. And there's a record store on Natural Bridge over in Normandy. I think it's a Chinese food place now, or something like that. And that was the very first album that I ever bought. Eric B. and Rakim paid in full.
Mm-hmm.
So he's my favorite. You know, he's my favorite rapper. He's like, they call him the God MC. He is the, So seeing him perform and just the energy in the crowd and just how they responded to him. He commanded the stage. It was just him. It wasn't no posse up there. It wasn't just him. And then getting off the stage, talking with him, you know, and I had covered one of his records, you know, and he was like, "Yeah, send it to me, man. I'll get with you, you know." And you know, you thinking this, you know, it's industry talk, you know, it's no, man, you know, sending the record. He was like, "Yo, it's dope, this and that," but just to be able to just jam with him, I'm like, "Yo, this is, that night was probably, out of all the shows we've done, like I say, probably the Mystical show. I was getting pulled off stage when we first realized that it was like that. And then at that moment, it was like, that was like dope. That was like really, really dope. That was the dopest moment for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
To have the first person, the first record that you bought or your parents bought, however it came about, and then to have that,
Push that door up.
to have that full circle moment.
Yeah, close that.
To have that full circle moment where you can say, okay, now as an adult, I can appreciate your artistry in a whole new light, and experience that as an entertainer yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, that had to be like, wow.
It was crazy.
This is the life I'm living.
It was crazy.
And then you mentioned another thing, that you've got to experience things that so many people probably will never experience in their life. You really got to live and follow your passion and really have it explode. I can tell you, I've just been minding my business, scrolling on social media, and someone has your song on their page, and I'm just like, what? Like, and so I'll go through the comments, and I'm like looking at the comments, and I'm like, oh, that's my jam, I love that song, and I'm just like, oh my goodness, like, I mean, this is years later still. So I'm just like, wow. I mean, to see that someone that and for those who don't know, you're my oldest brother, so it's just like, wow, to see that someone that I know on such a close basis is still impacting lives this many years later. It's just like, wow.
Man. People actually starting to sample the song and everything, and I'm like, wow.
Yes, I was going to get into that.
Yeah.
You know, we recently saw, I forgot the other artist, but someone sampled Nelly's, I forgot the song. Someone, another artist, another rapper, kind of remade it. I don't know how the proper term for it. And I was just like, wow, like that was one of his biggest songs, to see another artist just come and redo it. And I did see that a artist did that with your songs.
Mm-hmm.
So how was that for you?
You know, it was dope. It was dope. The first time somebody did that, I seen it on YouTube, and the guy was sitting there, you know, he was sampling it. I said, wow. You know, initially, your head go, now wait a minute.
Yeah,
You ain't called me, and we ain't talked about that.
the legalities.
And when you're on the other side of it for the first time, you like, damn, because I like, you know, I like the samples and all the stuff like anybody else. But when you're the one getting sampled, it's like, whoa, player, hold on.
Yeah.
Somebody got to call me.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily about you giving me money
Uh-huh.
as much as it is, hey, give me the proper respect.
Yes. Yes.
If you're going to use my music.
Yeah.
I don't have no problem with you using it.
Yeah.
And I'm not even going to sit here and tell you, hey, man, you got to give me X amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
But just give me the common courtesy to say, hey, man, we love this record, and we would love to be able to sample it and use it.
Yeah.
And Reggie's son, well, Shorty B. What's Shorty name? On the radio, Shorty the Prince.
The one that's on TV and stuff?
I don't know if he's on TV, but
Okay.
he did a song. He sampled it too.
Okay.
And you know, me and him had that conversation. Hey man, just get at me, bro. It ain't no problem. Like, it's love that the fact that you want to keep my music going. That's love.
Yeah.
But just, you know, hey, let's talk about the business though.
Yeah.
The business still got to be the business. So,
Yeah.
it's you know, that was honorable.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, it was honor. I was honored. You know. I was
Wow.
honored. Yeah. I was honored.
So it's happened so many times for me where I'm just out and I hear the song.
Mm-hmm.
What was one of the first times for you? And I don't mean when you guys were performing it, but
Mm-hmm.
years later, you're just minding your business, you're
Mm-hmm.
out somewhere, and then the song is playing.
Man, look, because the song had such a bass heavy, the beat was just so, I mean, you used to hear it all. This guy's, I mean, driving by, and the part that always stood out was the boom, 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 and that must be hidden.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom. And guys used to be riding by, and they pull up next to me at the light, and there'd be a couple guys, I'm like, damn, that mug hitting. I mean, they had the sounds, and that mug cranking. I'm like, man. And I just look and nod, and they look back and nod. I'm like, yeah.
And they have no idea.
They had no idea. I'm like, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's gotta feel so good.
Yeah, it's really dope.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really dope.
Wow. Big heart moment there.
For a while, though, I didn't like it.
You didn't like...
For a while, because again, I never fell in love with the record.
Mm.
I never fell in love with the record. You know, we was just on there it wasn't a good representation of good rapping. So you can kind of get stuck with that. You know, like, that's a nice song, but them boys can't rap worth nothing. And you can kind of get, you know, stuck with that. So for a while, you know, you kind of got stuck with that. I'm like, man, we had better songs than that.
Yeah.
Y'all stuck on this one. Like, play this song, play that song. They like, nah, we gonna play this song.
You got pigeonholed.
Yeah, you got pigeonholed. And for the longest time, again, I felt the way.
Yeah.
But, you know, somebody, because people would always send me, they'd be out at the club, and then they'd send me a video of the song playing. I'm like, okay, you know, well. But after a while, I'm like, you know what? That's dope too.
Yeah.
That's dope too.
Yeah.
You know, that's dope too. Yeah, because for a long time, I'm like, okay, I get it. All right. I got other records though. I've been solo since 2008. I got so many records.
Wow.
Like, y'all are just so stuck on this record. I mean, I still get people, man, why don't you remix it? Man, I'm 46 years old. What are you talking about remixing this? No, man, I'm not touching that record, man. That record has done what it's going to do.
Mm-hmm.
And we will be dishonoring the record to try to touch it.
Yeah.
You know.
It's
now,
a
we
classic.
did do a spinoff of the record
Oh, okay.
that would have been bigger than it.
Okay.
But then politics got in the way. With the radio.
Politics. Is that some of the pain that you talked about earlier?
Yeah.
Are you comfortable going into some of that?
Yeah.
Okay.
As opposed to when I was a young man and not able to be mindful of what I say and who I say it about and how I say it because I felt the way. And being able to take ownership in my part and falling short instead of pointing the finger and blaming other people. You know, you grow over time.
Yeah.
I was angry though about just how some things played out because I felt like, you know, we got played. You know, we did. We got played. But part of us getting played was our fault.
Okay.
And I would have to take responsibility, the most responsibility for that. You know, there were people, there were record labels looking for us specifically. They weren't like, well, who y'all got? No, we want to know where we can find this JMC and Ronin, and we want to get them a record deal and this and that, boom, 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 boom. Well, we didn't have our ducks in a row for the record companies to be able to come directly to us to have that conversation.
Okay.
So they have to go through somebody at the radio. So we have to depend on somebody at the radio to relay to us that these people want to get with us. So you got 4 or 5 record labels looking for you. And the person who said they was going to make sure that you're good didn't make sure that you was good. Can you feel a way about that? Yeah. But I wouldn't have had to worry about that if I would have made sure that they could just get directly to me or get directly to Jason. I wouldn't have had to feel the way that this person then relayed that information to me in time. That's growth. Back then it was, oh, they tried to do, oh man, they blocked me. Never. But it wasn't his responsibility.
Okay.
It wasn't his responsibility to tell me such and such record company is looking for you. That's my responsibility to make sure that I got the contact right and all this stuff. But yeah, you know, that happened. The record companies was looking. By the time I'm able to get back to them, once I get wind that they're looking for me, by the time I'm able to get back to them, they're like, we don't chase people down and then y'all get back to us when y'all ready.
Oh.
Yeah, so that was really humbling, man. No, I don't even say that was humbling. That hurt like hell.
Yeah.
Because my dad's sick, so I'm not working because I'm helping take care of him. I'm broke. I'm in a new relationship. I got a daughter now. So that hit hard.
Yeah.
You know, that hit hard. And I was like, damn, like that was our opportunity to get up out of here. Because I know we would have went.
Oh, yeah.
We had enough songs that people ain't never heard.
Yeah.
That we would have went.
Yeah.
And like we would have been big time.
Yeah.
So that hurt. You know, that hurt. You know, so coming back from that, we had a couple other situations where we did the spinoff to Nikki, which was Hennessy No Ice. Okay. And that record was absolutely crazy because I said, all right, Jason, we're going to run this back. We're going to do the spinoff. But we ain't going to be super basic like on Nikki. We're going to keep that same energy. It's going to be a party jam. We're going to really rock and have a good time. And we're going to do the spinoff of the Hennessy No Ice. You know, that's the part of the song people like. When we did the record, I took the record to the radio station and let them hear it. And the program that worked at the time. We listened to it, man. He went crazy. Oh my God, this crazy, right? Oh Lord, oh my. I'm like, yeah, here we go. Yeah, we back, baby. Here we go. And because Nikki was still playing. So we would have been able to come right back with that. Oh, man, boy, we've been about this thing. Even though we got played on the record company part.
Yeah.
When I tell you that man ran around that studio 3 or 4 times, oh, this crazy, oh my God, all that. I said, yeah, this it right here. So, then we took the record to Sprues downtown on Jefferson, the real Sprues. And that mother used to be jamming, and DJ Quinn was spinning. You know, we good, you know, we good with Quinn. I said, Quinn, you know, we got to spin off whatever, man. I'm gonna let you be the one to drop it. Ain't no other DJ can drop it. You can drop it. And Sprues was packed that night, man. It was packed. And he gets on the mic, he said, yo, I got that new JMC and Ronin. And the crowd like, whoa. Oh, because he had played Nikki, and then he stopped it. He was like, hold on. I got that new. And they was like, whoa. So the energy is picking up. And so when the record starts, it Hennessy No Ice starts it. Man, when I tell you they almost blew the roof off. And so when it dropped, Man, it looked like, man, I just couldn't even. It was like the mystical concert on steroids. It
Oh.
was bananas, man. Me and Jason looked at each other like, yeah, they can't deny us now.
It's our time,
It's
Dirty.
our, yeah, man. Yeah. And that's, yeah, because that's how the record started.
It's
Yeah,
our
what's
time,
up, bro?
Dirty.
It's our time. Yeah, and man, them people went, I mean, they went an absolute fool. And then the way the song starts, just the energy, boom, 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 boom. And dude, they went nuts. Then politics got in the way.
Mm.
The politics were, y'all technically didn't pay to promote that record, so we're not gonna support it. Basically, you got to grease some palms. You got to put some money in somebody's pockets. And I'm not saying directly like payola, but you need to do a marketing campaign, something where the people who gonna benefit ain't just y'all.
Oh, okay. Okay.
We all need to get our hands in on this.
Okay.
And I'm like, that's messed up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that was messed up because we already paid our dues.
Mm-hmm.
We
Nikki.
got it. We got the record that's jamming. So I'm thinking from a business aspect, as a DJ, as a record personality, what the hell are you thinking about?
Mm-hmm.
If these boys come back with another record that jam and pop off,
Mm-hmm.
that means I can throw parties off of them. That means I can have them show up at my thing, you know, my events or whatever, and make money off of them. If they blow up the same way Nelly, but I think what happened for a lot of DJs was, you know, Nelly blew up, and maybe some of these guys felt the way because he didn't come back and go, thank you, or whatever. But what a lot of these guys don't understand is how much blood, sweat, and tears goes into making a record. We made the record.
Yeah.
You just playing the record.
Yeah.
You just playing the record, bro.
So, from how I'm taking in what you're saying, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's like, okay, this happened with this other artist. They blew up, didn't come back, didn't put the money back into our hands. We helped him blow up, and he didn't come back and help us, you know, thank us for our help.
Basically.
So now we got these new guys, or these guys who's been on. They have the potential to blow up, probably even bigger, and they probably not gonna come back either. So we gonna get it out the front.
Yeah, basically. Now y'all gonna have to pay to get on, and it's like, dude, y'all got it backwards. Plus, we don't have no record label behind us. Y'all can call Universal and say, hey, listen, in order for this next record to play, y'all got to do this many radio drops for us. Y'all got to do this many appearances for us in order for us to play your record. And I'm not saying people coming out of their pocket paying, because I don't want to put my hands in that.
Yeah.
Even though we know that's what go on.
Okay.
But I'm not saying that anybody took some money, just to be clear.
Yeah, this is just for
But the
entertainment
way radio and
purposes.
stuff works is a favor for a favor and this and that, even though that's technically not allowed either. But that's the game. We keep it 100.
Okay.
So in order for us to play your record, you need to come do a festival. You need to come show up and do an appearance here. You need to get on. We got a tour running through here. Hey, you need to come do a couple dates, and we're going to play your record. We're going to put it in rotation and get your shit jamming. We didn't have that. We don't got no record label behind us.
Yeah.
We don't have nobody with millions of dollars to come and say, well, we're going to do a ad campaign with the radio station. Okay, we're going to do an ad campaign. That means the radio station is making money off us doing the ad. It may make $3,000 or $4,000. They're like, okay, you play your record.
Yeah.
That's the game. We didn't have that.
Mm-hmm.
All we got is, I mean, we got y'all a record. And we jamming with y'all. Y'all blow this record up, and we the biggest thing smoking. Because we got it out the mud.
Yeah.
We the biggest thing smoking. And they was like, nah, man, I don't give a damn about none of that. We'll keep playing Nikki. I'm like, so you'll keep playing Nikki, but won't play the new record. And it was like,
wow. So, and I want to, you know, nowadays everything's so politically correct, and what did that do for those relationships that you had already built with those DJs at that point?
Oh man, they put a. Oh man, it was. I couldn't believe it, that because I had personal relationships with a lot of these guys, and look, I get it. If they boss say they can't play it, they can't play it.
Yeah.
They boss ain't in the clubs though.
Yeah.
That was my thing.
Yeah.
You could blow the record up from the street.
Yeah.
And I felt like for you to say, you know, maybe you didn't pay your dues. I'm like, well, what more? How much? Many more dues I had to pay? I paid my dues with Nikki.
Yeah.
I helped you with them records.
Yeah.
You know, I done all that with you. We built a relationship. So you saying I got to start from scratch and kiss your ass all over again? So I felt the way about that for a long, for a while, because I'm like, that wasn't cool.
Yeah.
Because y'all run the streets. Y'all should have been the ones telling, hey, look, this new record is, y'all need to get with this. Well, they ain't, I don't care what the people want to hear it. I got the streets jumping with it. They need to hear this.
Yeah.
And that didn't happen.
Wow.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
Devastating.
Yeah, it was hard. That was hard. Yeah, that was hard.
Wow.
That was hard. That was hard. Yeah, because Hennessy No Ice was light years better than
That's
Nikki.
amazing.
It would have took us to different places. I mean, we were able to get a Hennessy endorsement, small Hennessy endorsement and stuff off of it, but
nice.
we wasn't able to capitalize on it the way we should have.
Wow.
And at that time, I'm young and I'm outspoken, so I spoke about how I felt about it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't like that.
Oh.
A lot of people don't like being told when they out of pocket, when they out of line.
No.
They ain't like that.
And then you have egos that get in the way.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure a lot of people wanted to know, what happened.
Yep. That happened. I go hard for the people that I care about. The guys in my crew. We sacrificed a lot.
Yeah.
And I know I personally sacrificed a whole lot.
Yeah.
So for people to play with us, I always took that personally.
Yeah.
I've grown and matured in that area. I've matured in that area to not take everything personal.
Yeah.
But back then I took everything personal. So if you slighted us, I was gonna let you know. I kind of had like a Dame Dash kind of attitude. And you think that's the way to be.
Yeah.
But I mean, it didn't exactly fare well for him either. But I am able to say I have my dignity.
Yeah.
Nobody took advantage. I let nobody take advantage of me.
Yeah.
And I didn't let nobody treat my people like we were second class.
Yeah.
So I had a couple of tips with a couple of DJs here and there about stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that played a factor to when it came down to, we gonna help these niggas or not. And it's like, he kind of said something to me that I didn't like, and I'm like, yeah, man, you did something for me to say something to you. It wasn't. I don't just be talking, acting crazy with people.
Yeah.
But if you get out of line, I'm gonna let you know. I get that from my dad. Hold on, we're not allowing that. And everybody don't know how to take that. They feel like, well, I'm in this position as a DJ, or I got power over you. Man, you don't got no power over me. I'm a man.
Yeah.
I'm my own man. You don't have no power over me. You don't have no say-so over me. So let's get that straight right now.
Yeah.
You play records. I make records. We a team.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure.
So I make music for you to be able to go out here and get jobs to play at parties. You play what the people want to hear. If I'm giving you what they want to hear, then you play it.
Yeah.
So you don't have no upper hand over me.
Yeah.
And everybody don't like that.
Yeah, that's true.
So.
Truth hurts, as they say.
Yeah, that's what they say.
So that happened. The politics got in the way. Now, you mentioned you also went solo. What was the period? Was there a transition from the group? The Big Hurt?
So, after the Hennessy No Ice, me and Jason, JMC and Ronin, we did a follow-up album called Block Party. But by now, the energy in the group is different. Everybody not showing up. Everybody not want to be a part of what we got going on. We don't have the hanger-ons no more because it's just not like that. Even when we did the Block Party, management company he was with, we just weren't seeing eye to eye. He and I weren't exactly jamming.
Okay.
So he and I kind of, I don't want to say we had a falling out, but we just had a disagreement as far as where we were going, which way we were headed. Me and Jason.
Okay.
So, you know, we decided to go do some different stuff.
Okay.
And so, you know, Q Ball, well, Young Slim, Q, my cousin, you know, he was part of the group anyway. He was already always jamming.
Mm-hmm.
So me and him started rocking,
Okay.
you know, and doing music. And, I mean, we really was jamming because it was a little different between me and Jason and me and Q was, you know, that's basically my little brother.
Yeah.
So we grew up together.
Yeah.
And so we had a similar kind of energy with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, you know, we just fed off each other real good.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, we started doing our thing. You
Yeah.
know, and Jason was still doing some, you know, we still get some tracks and stuff from him. So it wasn't bad blood. It was
Okay.
just we weren't on the same page. We
Okay.
were going two different directions. Plus, you know, he was in a new relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody kind of got a little off track, a little off focus.
Okay.
You know, we kind of lost track of. We started thinking we were bigger than what we are. Kind of lost track of some things. So me and Q started jamming, and man, again, politics. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were really jamming.
Mm-hmm.
You know, one of my friends, Fred, SP,
Mm-hmm.
and he was producing a lot of our stuff.
Okay.
And we started doing shows, and we really getting it cracking. And again, the politics, man. We did this song called Rock Star,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and it was crazy.
Major jam.
Major jam, crazy. And ended up getting with this management company.
Mm-hmm.
Another one of my homeboys from high school,
Okay.
Keith Griffin, that's my brother. But he had a group of his people, you know, doing a management thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the moment they heard it, they was like, oh, no, we got to get y'all. Oh, no, we got to get y'all jam. And, you know, we was rocking with Jermaine Dupri and all that stuff, you know, back around. We really, you know, like it was, we played the song.
Wow.
And again, another instance, the place went up,
Mm-hmm.
up. And one of the pioneers in the St. Louis rap game is Jew, and somebody I really respect because he really him out here.
Mm-hmm.
He's really him. He's like Scarface, our version of Scarface. Like he commands that kind of respect. He's that type of rapper. Like he's really dope. So, you know, we seen him that night, and he was like, "Yo, yeah, that's a record right there, boy." He said, "That's a record right there, boy." So I knew then, you know, we in the pepper and it's going up. It's a Nikki crowd, and the record is a universal record. It's not like hood record or nothing. Like this is a big record.
Mm-hmm.
And man, that record took us to, you know, we in Miami, Mike Fields, where he shot Miami Vice and all kinds of stuff. Like we really, this is about to be, you know, that jam.
Yeah.
But the management company, they end up getting into an internal conflict with each other, and they ended up splitting. So I'm like, damn, man, we can't. And so when they split, you know, we had to make a choice. We're gonna go with them over here, with them over here, and that was on me. I made the wrong choice. I made the wrong choice. So I should have keep going. But it was some things that were happening that it was just a mess. You know, it was just a mess. We ended up going, you know, there was a mistake on my part. You know, I can own that.
Yeah.
But still, we had the record.
Yeah.
We jammed. Ended up getting crossed again.
Got crossed.
Yeah.
Betrayed.
Yeah. But the first thing was, we had this huge listening party,
Okay.
the Rockstar, with all the DJs, all the radio personalities, all the writers, everybody.
St. Louis,
St. Louis.
Miami. Okay.
Yeah. And it was crazy. Like, beyond crazy. So, all the DJs, the DJs in there, and like it was a dope night. Like the deal, they really were about their business like that. Like they sent limousines to pick up the DJs from the radio station.
Wow.
And they had all the food and everything, and it was a great time. But the politics again got in the way. You know, like, well, you know, we can't play the record, or you know, they did this back in the day and this and that. And they're like, oh, what are you talking about, man? Like this record is like jamming. So they wouldn't play it. That's me.
Oh.
You can tell them. They wouldn't play it, you know, or they, you know. And then the next thing I know, hold on. So, the next thing I know, yes,
To
sir.
be continued.